Lagos was a big city, full of noise, cars, and people. Behind the bright lights inside many homes, there were deep secrets. In three different houses, three women lived in pain. Their names were Amaka, Aisha, and Nkechi. They did not know each other, but they shared the same fate. They were trapped in abusive marriages. Amaka's story. Amaka was a beautiful woman with two children. She was married to Chike, a rich businessman. At first, Chike treated her well, but after their first child, he changed. He started shouting at her for no reason. If the food was cold, he threw it on the floor. If she spoke too much, he slapped her. Amaka cried every night. She wanted to leave, but Chike said, "If you go, I will take the children." One day, Chike came home very angry. He had lost money in his business. Amaka was in the kitchen cooking rice. Chike grabbed her by the hair. "Why is this food not ready?" he shouted. Before she could answer, he slapped her. She fell, and the hot pot of rice poured on her arm. She screamed in pain. Her children saw everything. They ran to her and cried. Chike walked away like nothing happened. That night, Amaka made a decision. She would not live in fear anymore. When Chike went to sleep, she packed her bags. She took her children and left the house. She went to her friend's house. The next day, she reported Chike to the police. They arrested him. For the first time in many years, Amaka felt safe. Aisha's story. Aisha was a young woman from the north. She was married to Musa, a taxi driver. Musa was a jealous man. He did not allow Aisha to go out alone. He did not let her have friends. If she spoke to a man, he beat her. One day, Aisha was in the market buying tomatoes. She saw an old school friend, Binta. They hugged and talked. Musa was nearby. He saw them. He became angry. When Aisha got home, Musa was waiting. "Who was that man?" he shouted. "He is not a man, she is my friend," Aisha said. Musa did not listen. He picked up his belt and beat her. Aisha screamed. The neighbors heard, but did nothing. This was not the first time. The next morning, Aisha looked at herself in the mirror. Her face was swollen. Her heart was tired. She packed her things, she took her baby, and left the house. She went to a women's shelter. They helped her get a small job. She started a new life, free from Musa's hands. Nkechi's story. Nkechi was a nurse. She was married to Ifeanyi, a teacher. Ifeanyi was a quiet man outside, but inside, he was a monster. He did not hit Nkechi, but his words were like fire. "Look at you, you are useless," he always said. "No man will ever want you." He made her feel small. He controlled all her money. She had no friends. She was always afraid. One day, Nkechi met an old woman at the hospital. The woman saw the sadness in her eyes. She held Nkechi's hand and said, "My daughter, you deserve better." Those words stayed in Nkechi's heart. That night, Ifeanyi insulted her again. But this time, Nkechi did not cry. She looked at him and said, "I am leaving." Ifeanyi laughed. "You have nowhere to go," he said. But Nkechi had made up her mind. The next morning, she packed her bags. She took her little savings. She went to live with her sister. For the first time, she felt free. The women meet. Months passed. Amaka, Aisha, and Nkechi started new lives. One day, they all met at a women's empowerment program. They listened to stories of other women. They realized they were not alone. They became friends. They decided to help other women in abusive marriages. Amaka became a lawyer. She fought for women's rights. Aisha started a business. She helped women become independent. Nkechi became a counselor. She taught women to find their voices. Together, They built a safe house for women, a place where no woman would live in fear. Their past was full of pain, but their future was bright. They were no longer victims. They were warriors and they were free. This story shows different types of abuse, physical, emotional, and financial, happening in a city. It also shows how women can escape and rebuild their lives. Let me know if you want more action or details. Moral of the story: abuse is never okay. No one deserves to be mistreated in a marriage or relationship. Love should not bring pain. Silence helps the abuser. When people ignore abuse, it continues. Speaking up and seeking help can save lives. Courage brings freedom. Amaka, Aisha, and Nkechi found the strength to leave. Their bravery led them to a better life. Help is available. There are always people and organizations willing to support victims of abuse. No one has to suffer alone. Women are strong. Even after years of suffering, these women rebuilt their lives. They turned their pain into power. Your past does not define you. No matter what you have been through, you can rise and create a better future. Support each other. When women stand together, they can break the cycle of abuse and create a safer world. This story teaches that abuse should never be accepted and that everyone has the right to live without fear. We have come to the end of this story, guys. Please comment in the comment section what you've learned so far in this story. And if you are coming across my channel for the first time, please join us as we keep these timeless stories alive. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications bell so you never miss a new tale. Like, comment, and share this video. Thanks.